Now it's time for the Rob Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show, episode 34. Hopefully you all are with me tonight on this journey to try to be great, this journey to try to show what we can do in this world of sports journalism. Again, I'm Rob Johnson of the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Thank you guys for joining me, everybody. Hopefully you're in here tonight to talk sports. Let's do a recap of last night real quick from Monday Night Raw. We had a couple of clashes. We had Shinsuke Nakamura and Cody Rhodes in a match that I thought was a good match, decent match, but I'm glad that rivalry is now over because Cody Rhodes won the match in a street fight. So I'm definitely glad that Cody won that match. Glad that Cody took care of business. We had Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley go head-to-head. You can definitely see that the Judgment Day is starting to show cracks in the armor. You can definitely see that the Judgment Day is starting to show that they are starting to give those, I'm not going to say give it those vibes of a group that's breaking up, but you look at Rhea Ripley, she's getting cheered. Damian Priest, you can tell he's definitely getting tired of the Judgment Day. The tag team championship reign of Damian Priest and Finn Balor starting to look like it's getting old. We have a lot of different tag teams that are really good right now in the WWE, and I think we need to get those titles with somebody else as soon as possible. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, they had a get-together at the beginning of Raw last night. Drew McIntyre, again, started off very slow as he usually does. CM Punk came out. I wasn't impressed by CM Punk. I wasn't impressed by how he talked. I wasn't impressed by his presentation. I really feel like he needs to get a match in on Raw. Not a big Cody Rhodes fan, but what I will say is that Cody Rhodes definitely has been doing a good job of getting the matches in, staying fresh, keeping himself together. I don't know what kind of CM Punk we're going to see at the Royal Rumble. That's what kind of bothers me, is because I don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in. I'm not saying that CM Punk's not in shape, but I don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in. I don't know if he's going to have any ring rust, and that's going to be critically important going into a match against Seth freaking Rollins at Monday night at the Royal Rumble and not Royal Rumble, I'm sorry, WrestleMania, because we don't need a dud. WWE's been going very hot lately, and they've been doing a lot of good things, so we do not need to see any duds from CM Punk, especially going up against a Seth Rollins. Let's go over to the national championship game. Let's talk about what happened in that game last night. Like I said, we're not going to have a long show tonight, just giving you guys some recaps and then some stuff of last night and then tonight. Michigan defeated Washington 34-13 in a really good football game. Michigan, if you pull the stats up here, Michigan's J.J. McCarthy, 10 of 18, 140, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And that's important for this simple reason. Michigan had a plan. Michigan had a plan to come into this game and do what they wanted to do, which was run the football. Corn ran for 134 yards, and you had Edwards who ran for 104 yards. Both of those guys had 2 touchdowns apiece, which equals 4 touchdowns. So they were able to get 28 points off of those 4 touchdowns. Then you had the 2 field goals. A lot of slander. I'm not going to say slander, but a lot of people questioning today if Michael Penix is tough enough, if he has the ability to stay healthy in the league. And I say yes, he does, because if you look at it over the entire season, Michael Penix had a really, really good season, man. He really did. When you're talking about 4,903 yards, 36 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions, yes, he has really good receivers. But this Washington team would not be where they were if he was not their quarterback. So if I'm a team, top 15, top 20, I pick him. Now, what I want to see is I want to see him go to a football team where they are able to develop him the right way, a team that is able to not put too much on his plate too fast, even though I think that he can be a day one starter. I want him to go to a city and a town where they're able to actually give him the right tools that he needs to be an effective quarterback. But all the shouts out to Michigan as the Michigan Wolverines come out and they win this football game in dominating fashion. I definitely picked Washington to win the game. Not running from that, not whatsoever. I'm not one of these guys who are going to come on here and run from what the pick I made. I believe that's 2 years in a row I've been wrong about the national championship game. That's okay because usually I'm right about these draft picks, etc. And we will be doing some draft specials here on the Legacy Maker Sports Number here very soon. When you look at the WNBA draft is coming up, the NBA, I'm sorry, the WNBA and the NFL draft that will be coming up here soon in the next 4 or 5 months, etc. Um, there's a lot of good players coming out of this draft, a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of good wide receivers, defensive players, even running backs. We've got a lot of decent running backs coming out. So it's going to be an interesting couple of months coming up as we go through the draft process, etc. Let's go through tonight. Let's talk about some of the NBA games that happened tonight. Minnesota defeated Orlando 113-92. The Kings beat the lowly Detroit Pistons 131-110. The Knicks continue their hot win streak, 112-84 over the Portland Trailblazers. The Memphis Grizzlies, even without Ja Morant in the lineup, destroy the Dallas Mavericks 120-103. Right now, by the way, the Richmond Spiders did defeat Loyola Chicago on the road. Impressive win. So the Spiders are doing really well in the A10. They're 2-0 in the A10 right now. Let's go to some of the NHL scores. And right now, the Lakers are defeating the Toronto Raptors 35-32 in the second quarter. In hockey, Ottawa and Calgary are tied at 3. The Bruins and Arizona Coyotes are tied at 3. The Toronto Maple Leafs are absolutely destroyed the San Jose Sharks 7-1. Let's see here. The Lightning beat the Kings 3-2 in overtime. The Kraken beat the Sabres 5-2. What else scores do we have? The Canucks beat the Islanders. The Canucks continue to play really good hockey. They're now 27-11-3. Vancouver looks poised to make a Stanley Cup run. I know Canada can't wait to probably see that. Anaheim defeating the Nashville Predators 5-3. Winnipeg Jets beat Columbus 5-0 in a shutout. The Panthers beat the Blues 5-1, and Edmonton defeats the Chicago Blackhawks 2-1. The Blackhawks are going to be a very good team in the future. Bedard's going to come back. They're going to get some more talent on their team. The Chicago Blackhawks have a really good outlook for their future. Let's go to some of the NCAA men's basketball games. Auburn beating Texas A&M 59-54. Notre Dame in overtime with Georgia Tech 69-66. Really good basketball game there. San Diego State is losing early to San Jose 7-6, but I expect San Jose State to win that basketball game. Seton Hall beating Georgetown 74-70. We have an upset. The Iowa State beats the Houston Cougars, who were previously 14-0. They beat them 57-53. VCU Rams, who we cover here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, they only lost to Iowa State by 4. So yeah, that's crazy. Texas, number 25 team in the land, beats Cincinnati 74-73. Kentucky beats Missouri 90-77. Rhode Island beats Davidson 79-74, which is a little bit of an upset because Davidson has a good record and it was on the road. Alabama destroys South Carolina 74-47. Kansas State beats West Virginia 81-67. West Virginia having a really tough season at I believe it's now 5-10 on the season. So Rutgers defeats Indiana, and we talked about Indiana last week. We said Indiana needed to win games like this, in case they were going to be on the bubble, etc. This does not help them, losing to Rutgers 66-57. Florida State takes down Wake Forest 87-82. Big win for Florida State. They have 9 wins down, I believe, on the season. They need this win desperately. Texas Tech defeats Oklahoma State 90-73. Boise State takes down number 17 Colorado State 65-58. Upset there. Another upset. Well, this wasn't an upset, but it was a good game. Number 18 ranked BYU against 14th ranked Baylor, 81-72 Baylor. Duke puts it on Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, 75-53. and Nebraska. Nebraska beats #1 Purdue. They go down at Nebraska. The Cornhuskers are now 12-3 on the season as the Purdue Boilermakers lose to the Nebraska Cornhuskers on the road. LSU beats Vanderbilt 77-69. Creighton destroys DePaul 84-58. Utah State takes down Wyoming 83-59. On the women's circuit, Michigan State gets a big win against Maryland 74-69. Temple defeats Wichita State 72-49. How the mighty have fallen with Wichita State. St. John's gets a huge, I mean an absolute huge win on the road. They take down Xavier. Xavier not that good this year. They're what now 1-12, but to go to Xavier on a Tuesday night, beat that team who had they're 1-12, but they have pride. To go and beat that team by 18 is impressive. Michigan goes down to Minnesota, 82-66. Bad loss there for Michigan, but a good win for Minnesota as they try to pile those wins up. St. Louis loses at home to St. Joseph's, the 13, now 14-2. St. Joseph's, they're playing really good basketball. Marquette takes down Seton Hall 75-54. Now, folks, what I wanted to talk to you all about tonight as well is, like I said, this was not going to be a long show tonight. We're going to do some previewing of some NFL games probably this upcoming Friday. But I'm also going to be on Darrell Owens' show, Green and Gold over everything, helping him preview the Cowboys and Green Bay Packers. But I want to tell you guys is that what I'm going to start doing is here on Legacy Maker Sports Network and Robb Johnson Media. I started Cowboys Talk a few years ago, kind of got away from it, but I'm bringing Cowboys Talk back to Legacy Maker Sports Network and Robb Johnson Media. It is going to be a show that I feel like is going to help elevate not only myself, but my team and my brand. So I will be bringing Cowboys Talk back to this, to my repertoire of shows I do. You have the Robb Johnson Sports Show. You have, what else do you have? You have Ram Talk with Robb Johnson. Let me see, what else do we have? I can't even remember how many shows I have. What else do you got? What else do we have here? We have the gold standard, which is for the pay-per-views for all the WWE pay-per-views, etc. And then we're gonna have Cowboy Talk. So again, you have Robb Johnson Sports Show, the gold standard, Ram Talk, and now the Cowboys Talk with Robb Johnson. So that show will probably be hoping Sunday night after the game. So we'll do that game. We'll do that. We'll talk about that. And the reason that it's set apart from the Robb Johnson Sports Show is because the Robb Johnson Sports Show talks specifically about every team, non-biased, etc. And I won't be non-biased on the Cowboys Talk with Robb Johnson, but I will try to get little things revved up a little bit to try to get people in, to try to show people about the Dallas Cowboys brand, stuff like that. And I encourage other members of the Legacy Maker Sports Network team as well. You know, do a Broncos talk, do a Buccaneers talk. You know, we have a team with the Falcons talk. I'm just trying to think of other teams, people I like on this network. But yeah, do a Giants talk, etc. I'm encouraging you guys. You know, come out there and gals, do your favorite team. You know, talk about them. Because, you know, Legacy Maker Sports Network is one of those brands that's going to continue to grow. Robb Johnson Media is one of those brands that are going to continue to grow. So as long as people continue to support, I will be able to get out here and do shows. And hopefully in the future, these shows can be sponsored, etc. Well, for now, also tomorrow, I'll be doing the Richmond Lady Spiders basketball game at 11 a.m. I'm trying to think. I also should be at Richmond to do George Mason and Richmond at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So watch out for those two things. I'll have pictures, video, etc. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Legacy Maker Sports Network, not only on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, now X. Make sure you subscribe to the Legacy Maker Sports Network and Robb Johnson Media. Hope you guys have a great night. I will see you all on, I believe it's Friday, when me and Darrell was do green and gold over everything, and I talk Cowboys. We talk Green Bay Packers. Um, Rob Johnson's Sports Show should be back tomorrow night for episode 35. And just remember, Cowboys Talk with Rob Johnson is now on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, along with the Rob Johnson media page. Bringing it back, gonna make it intense. Gonna try to bring in more fans to these great couple of brands. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow night for episode 35 of the Rob Johnson Sports Show.